All right. Let me do my usual, make sure everything's okay, audio is fine. The game is fine. I'll maybe lower the music just very slightly. I always have a bit of trouble adjusting the audio for Final Fantasy. It gets so bad that sometimes I just end up shouting over the music, especially during the raids, right? Part of the reason is because I actually keep the music loud. I generally like Final Fantasy music in general. So yeah, today we're gonna do the normal raids. I have had a lot of friends telling me to go in it. Unfortunately, I have been kind of stuck at work and haven't been able to log in since the other day. So let me just finish off our main story quest. Which I believe we'll probably see the cutscenes again. I'll skip this because we've already kind of seen this. I think I got DDoSed at the very last second last time, so we could not complete the quest. Not sure whether it was a DDoS or just a bad connection. Yeah, we've seen all this, so I will not be going through it this time. With their blows, fate's wandering will, for grey clouds presage winter's chill. Honestly, this is... Before an expansion is always the most exciting for me for Final Fantasy XIV. You end up thinking of all the ways it can possibly change. Warm fare thee wells can ease the sting of partings, as we come to terms with an absence not soon forgotten. To tell those we hold dear what they meant to us, and to wish them the best, we should seize the chance whensoever we can. Truer words could not be said. Were it not for my ties to this horse, I would not treat those afflicted with love and sickness, nor potentially aid my people in other ways as I very much intend to. There's still so many questions I wish to ask Mealy about my parents, and even more I hope to learn about the rest of the family. So why is my glamour not working? There you go. Back to good old paladin gear. And yeah, we will head straight to the Arcadian. I'm not even sure we can get an encounter this late at night on Elemental. I'm hoping that people are still sort of farming it. Possibly to get the gear. Yeah, if we are lucky, we'll be able to get all 4 turns tonight, though and most of the time tanks are in demand, as though that's not the case at the start of a new patch. Yana regards you with a wry smile. Feral fandom. Let me get my glasses on. A little bit tired to be seeing things clearly on screen. There's something I wanted to share with you before the matchers come on in. Yeah, normally how the Arcadian matches goes, storyline goes, is that the characters we're going to be fighting are going to be introduced to us each time, or together, before we actually go and fight them. Though we kind of know who is responsible for everything that's happening in the Arcadian, more or less. The kittens have taken to their new home, in case you're wondering. Still, I can tell them a sector, the poor things. I've asked Honey and the others to come as well. Before they arrive, let's have a quick refresher of the situation. Well, it has been a while since we did the story for this. During your Cruiserweight campaign, we managed to convince several fighters to retire from the ring. Not least of all, Sarah, who was already afflicted with psychonecrosis. There was one who couldn't be persuaded, though, the Brute Bomber. I myself developed symptoms of psychonecrosis after Utrop ambushed us. I got a little carried away using a feral soul to stop her. There was a glimmer of hope when Nayuni discovered the existence of a cure, but it was dashed when the president took her and the Eutrope hostage. He wouldn't allow us to deviate from his script. But in an unexpected turn, the president himself was aware of the cure, the drop of life, and he said he'd divulge its location if he'd become the grand champion. How did he learn this? Where does he get his information? I've never met the man, so he's a complete mystery to me. That's why I wanted to gather everyone, in order to form a better picture of who we're dealing with. I mean, that sounds like a solid plan, all things considered. Ah, our Arcadian friends, which I believe the Final Fantasy XIV fandom has taken to very much. Hello, my dears. We let ourselves swim through the back. You never know who's watching after all. Hey, what's the occasion? We having a retirement party or something? Sorry, hun, but I haven't met the president in the flesh either. He only called me a few times to give instructions. It wasn't him, but Metam who came to recruit me at one of my performances, and the going theory is that Metam is actually the president. While he recruited me and Hector in person, all contact afterwards was via communicator. He'd speak solely about business, never private matters. Same with me, I'm afraid. Dancing Green, on the other hand, is well acquainted with the man. What? Is he? After a fashion, the geezer has a love for the theatrical. As a performer myself, we quickly hit it off, and often had debates about the best way to engage the audience. That's a surprise. I was not expecting Dancing Green of all to be the one who... There is another president, it wasn't Metam. Well, I believe the key is making folks feel good. He insists that they need to feel a measure of discomfort, and that's the job of a heel. 'Tis when the lowest some are laid low, the audience knows the highest high, and the fighters burn brightest, he'd always say. Yeah, one thing that if you've been playing the story, they do make like... Not, I wouldn't say it's an extensive commentary of wrestling, but they do make a commentary on actual wrestling. Sorry, just taking a sip of water. I was watching another stream where a bunch of characters were drinking green tea and I had a craving for it. That sort of poetic justice has an appeal, I'll admit. For proof, you need look no further than the frenetic crowds at the Brute Bombers matches. Whatever else the president may be, he's a damned good showman. Right. The president's personal life. All I know is he traces his ancestry to Lindblom. Lindblom? That's where the stimulant for the regeneration factor was apparently researched. Well, what do you know? Unfortunately, I never got the opportunity to hear more about his past. The last time I saw the old man was 3 years ago. It's interesting. Very interesting. Three years ago, that would be around when Metam approached Honey. I wonder if something happened to the president that's kept him away from appearing in public. But with the limited knowledge we have, we can only speculate. Sorry, just replying to this message I've heard from a friend of mine. So, even between all of us, we hardly know anything about the president. Well, that does seem to be the case. Wait, what? Oh, sorry. Our play remains Mikh'a becoming Grand Champion. Only then will the president share the cure's whereabouts. And if he goes back on his word, we can threaten to reveal the truth about the Immortalized to the public. If all else fails, then we do have that hand. But if we are to use it, we must first rescue Eutrope and Nayuni. Yes, our own hands are tied until we get them free. So as not to endanger them, the plan will all need to be discreet and foolproof, and I could use everyone's help. Can I count on you all? Of course. I'm offended you thought you had to ask. Of course you can count on us. We'll save Yana's sisters and give that rotten present a piece of our minds. I keep forgetting that... Honeybee actually has a very country accent in English. I got along with that old man well enough, but I had no idea about his shenanigans. Art and entertainment shouldn't come at the cost of who make it. Ain't that right, Sugar? Thank you all so much. With everyone's cooperation, we'll work to free my sisters while Mikh'a continues his campaign to become Grand Champion. It goes without saying, but I'll continue supporting you as your second. Together we can carve a path through the heavyweight division. It seems we all have our tasks. The rest of us will begin exploring ways to rescue the girls at once. So, there's about to be an Arcadian broadcast. I guess it's for the heavyweight division. It's a regular program intended for fans, so it might not help much with your preparation, but it couldn't hurt to give it a watch. Well, most likely, it's gonna introduce our new contenders, right? Fans of the fight and connoisseurs of combat, I bid you welcome to another edition of the Arcadian Hour. For today's special guest, we have the heavyweight fighter who shall soon face the unenhanced upstart, Mikh'a, in the ring. Oh, another Elzen too. The devilishly divine dominatrix, Web Fatale. What a name. As indicated by his appellation, Mikh'a has climbed his way up the ranks without the use of a feral soul. Should this upstart rise to become Grand Champion, they would be able to do as they please with Arcadian's soul repository, and it seems they intend to release all the souls. This would fundamentally alter the Arcadian, leaving it a championship of unenhanced fighters. What are your thoughts on this? Don't make me laugh. The upstart would only bore us to death. Our fans crave spectacular battles that will blow them away, and you simply can't get that without feral souls. So say it, little lady. What did you, what, okay, I guess I stumble over my words, but what do you, the people, actually think? We hit the streets to find out. Fight without feral souls? What would even be the point? This is the Arcadian we're talking about. If I can't watch a muscular woman imbued with a beast stone squeeze the life out of her enemies like she's making juice, I'm not interested. I feel like the devs are making commentary on the Final Fantasy XIV fanbase here. The Enhanced Warrior? It's not just a novelty. Just a novelty, I reckon. There to drum up the excitement for the championship. It was interesting at first, I'll admit, but the act has gotten old, and everyone's had enough of it. I know I have. Frankly, I despise the upstart. He forced the Howling Blade to retire with that outrageous wager, for one thing. We don't need some outsider barging in and running roughshod over our traditions. Leave the Arcadian alone, you hear me? Leave the Arcadian alone. Propaganda. Propaganda, I tell you. See, no one wants this pathetic excuse for entertainment. And you know what? This would have been a lot better if they'd actually voiced these cutscenes. Huh. That's odd. There should have been some interviewees who supported Mikh'a as well. How? See, I told you, propaganda. They're doing such a good job with the cutscene direction, though. Or perhaps not. You're next, darling. You've been a naughty, naughty boy. Yeah, they definitely know the Final Fantasy XIV fanbase. I'll give them that. And I'm going to give you the punishment you deserve. I'm not sure how I feel about this. Yana. Damn them. They clearly only showed the interviews that served the president's agenda. Yeah, that's my exact reaction my character has. I'm sorry you had to see that, Mikh'a. It's alright. Doesn't really matter to us either way. But you have plenty of supporters out there, and that's the honest truth. Oh, are these my supporters? Forgive our sudden intrusion, but after the broadcast just now, we simply couldn't sit still. You're my hero, mister. I keep cheering you on, so please don't give up. Yeah, I guess a lot of people are there who are on hands, so we do have our own fan base. Also, there's a nice glamour on this character. There are many of us who feel the same. We believe in you, and we wanted you to know that. I get nervous whenever I watch you fight, but at the same time I'm inspired, given courage. I don't get that from fighters who use feral souls. That's right, and don't forget, souls weren't even used in the Arcadian in the beginning. I bet the other fighters could also put on a thrilling show without enhancing themselves. Why do so many NPCs have the green hair now? Battles with feral souls are a spectacle, there's no denying that. But by the same token, it feels artificial. Your fights, on the other hand, are as real as it gets, and it fires me up like nothing else. So keep your head held high and keep fighting the good fight in the heavyweight division. Well, the kid is still waiting around. Is he joining the gym? Oh, I want to become a fighter just like Mikh'a. Well now, we'd be glad to have such an enthusiastic training. I must warn you though, that the training isn't easy. Why don't you come back with your parents for a tour first? See, you have quite the following. Even if there aren't any more feral souls, it doesn't spell the end of the Arcadian. Many people admire and support you, and it's for them as well that you fight. Once I'm cured, I'd love to come out of retirement and fight unenhanced myself, and I believe the others feel the same. I'll be looking forward to that day. You don't really have human versus human fights in this game. Is that so? Alright, we'll be there. Well, other than a certain character in the old storyline who was our rival, that's it, Mikh'a. The heavyweight matches are beginning. Medem's asked us to meet him at the green room as usual. Let's do it. Now, we already got introduced to our first opponent, so... To the green room we go. Can I just run to the green room from here? Nope, it's a dead end. That path is blocked for some reason. If you could just run down there, that would have been great as well. The Arcadian. I'm going to give him some choice words about those interviews. It's good to see you again, my friends. How have you been? I'm still suspicious of Metam, by the way. We've been better. What's the big deal with the bad broadcast? I'm sorry, but it was the president's orders. It was all I could do to drop a hint that there were other opinions. The mass retirement in the cruiserweight division has left the president feeling threatened. Whatever he may have said before, he's eager to be rid of you. On that matter, it's no use trying to convince the heavyweight fighters to quit. They've all been informed about their psychonecrosis and choose to continue fighting of their own volition. So all the fighters already know that they can potentially be killed if they keep using the soul. That's because they've been told that if they can defeat you, they will be able to use your soul to cure it. What? Okay. This bastard and his little tricks. Victory is your only way through this. So what anger you have, I suggest you channel it into the ring. As you did before, I have no doubt that you will make your mark in the heavyweight division as well. Gotta go for the critical. The Breathtaker. Just when I think I've seen it all with the president, he comes with another underhanded move. If what Madam says is true, we have little hope of convincing your opponents to quit. Well, I'm not quite expecting them to quit or not, but it'll be fine. Sorry. Keep getting little messages from the side. There's nothing quite but to stay the course then. While you fight to become Grand Champion, we trust in the others to rescue my sister. If you can get the drop of life's whereabouts from the present in the end, we'll be able to save everyone. And here's the proper introduction now. Right then, let's take a look at your first heavyweight opponent. Vamp Fatale, whom you had the displeasure of seeing in the broadcast earlier. Interesting music. She's a fiendish fighter who harnesses the soul of the Desmodont, a giant bat whose power allows her to suck the life out of her opponents. Her biggest claim to infamy, though, is the fact that she's a sadist. Oh, is this her theme song? Her biggest claim to infamy, though, is the fact that she's a sadist. Inflicting pain brings her pleasure, and her ring is filled with apparatus for that purpose. Mind your surroundings out there, or you'll become her plaything. Remember, you have plenty of fans who believe in you, so believe in yourself and show them the strength of the unenhanced warrior. Now, get out there and give what tell what for, and claim your first heavyweight victory. Interesting choice of music here. Not quite sure what to feel about this one. Might not be my choice of music, but hey, it's there. Heavyweight with a party of other members. You know what, I'm realizing that I'll probably have to cap my tomes as well, just so that just so that we have an easy time. In the future, if in case I decide to do Savage, I'm not leaning towards doing it just yet, because I feel like I have a lot of other games that I'm enjoying at the moment, and not enough time to be devoting myself to a Savage raid. Interesting looking party, as usual.
She'll make your pulse race while breathing your blood. The voluptuous femme fatale!
Sweet tooth sadist. Sweet tooth sadist.
Will you cry out in pleasure or pain?
Oh dear God, I forgot.
Eyes on the lovely and lethal femme fatale!
I forgot. Switch off the party effects.
Fall prey to the cruel mistress.
I can't see anything. Wow. Oh yeah, I definitely can't see anything over here. Oh my God.
Come. This is my show. I will hear you scream.
Oh my God.
Femme fatale.
Oh my God. He has a giant sword blade.
You will become a stain.
Kind of funny that I can walk into the blaze after they move.
Challenger has nowhere left to run!
It's a DPS check in a normal raid.
Oh, not fast enough, I'm afraid.
Not moving.
This is just the beginning. My faithful minions, give me your ether!
What in tarnation is she doing?
It's begun!
I really should have switched off the effect.
All of you will feed.
Final Fatale.
Femme fatale unleashed the ether! The challenger's in her realm now.
This can be a normal AoE, can it? Aether letting. Oh, what? I got a cross mark. I should really check what I'm getting. Insatiable thirst.
You are a stubborn one, but it is not too late to beg for mercy.
This spectacle of
You know, I wonder.
how will the challenger adapt?
Oh my god, now there are even more blades.
It's a veritable rain of death.
Something's fallen. I don't quite see it. Okay, the party's getting it. It's-
Been felled with a vengeance. Huh, ta-da! What fighting spirit!
I don't have enough gauge to support the party.
Such insolence I have never known. More. I need more ether.
She's draining the crowd's ether again! I hope our dear spectators are feeling alright.
This has to be enhanced, right? Yeah, it is enhanced. Oh my, what in tarnation? What was that? Such a large tank buster.
In pain lies pleasure.
She's unleashed even more ether! How will this end?
I'm expecting these to be very large. I didn't even see her do the move. I'm wondering if the devs realized just how obnoxious having all this in the effects are. It's been a while since I had this switched on. Insensual thirst. Is a good mitigation right there from the gun from the warrior. I almost say gunbreaker.
On your knees, damn you!
Probably keep. Whoa. Yeah, I should probably keep a movement skill ready for this just in case. I couldn't enjoy the fight as much because I could barely see anything that was going on. Music was okay, I guess.
The match is decided! Victory goes to the challenger.
I'll just let the others. They're probably farming for stuff, right? Catch up, patch, and all. Loot. I'll get the orchestra, but I'm gonna pass on everything else because I'm not sure what I need. 53. Unlikely to get it. Unlikely. I'll give a commendation to. Did we have like 2 sages? You know? Okay. That was the sage that survived. Ah, I didn't get it. I didn't get the orchestra. Okay, first things first. Before I forget. Party members. Movement physics? No, not movement physics. Shadows. Is it in character? I always forget where this is. Filters, maybe? Oh, character, yeah. Party effects. Show limited. Others show limited. Some, please. I could barely see anything in that fight. And there it is, your first heavyweight victory. I never doubted you for a moment, Mikh'a, and I'm sure you heard them, but the audience was going absolutely wild. Now then, there's a bit of time before your next bout, and that's because your opponent originally would have been none other than Wicked Thunder. You choke. For reasons we know all too well, they have to call for a replacement, and who that is hasn't been decided yet. So let's head back to the gym for now. With some luck, Red Sara has made some progress with the rescue. I guess we have a bit of story content before the next stuff. Probably a cutscene there, while everyone's hanging around. This way. Always takes me a while to figure out my bearings after a teleport. How dreadful. Okay, did something happen? Something did happen. That's the boy from before. What could the matter be? Hey now, what's wrong? Your gym. They wrecked it. What? Underhanded tactics, I see. Oh, why? Hey there, kitty cat. We made ourselves at home while you were out. Oh, it's our next opponents. The Bash Brothers. You're the ones who did this. We heard this was the unenhanced kooks. Oh, odd. So we decided to drop by and say hello. What have you here? It's the dynamic duo who have taken tag team matches by storm. The Extremes, could they be Mikha''s next opponents? The Enhanced Warrior is a single specialist though, so I expect he will be pitted against only one of them. Which brother will it be that takes the ring? The older, cool and collected Deep Blue, or the younger, fierce and fiery Red Hot? It will be both of us, naturally. We don't work any other way. Don't worry though, we'll tag in and out so it will be a fair fight. You're cool with that, right? Now, the only thing I can't imagine is these guys having like a real surfer dude wipe to them. I'm tempted to pick this option. But you know what? That's fine by me. Oh, please. Everyone knows you'll break the rules and come at Mikh'a together. Come on now, we wouldn't stoop to that, right, bro? And see, this is exactly why I was thinking they'd have like a surfer dude wipe to them. We wouldn't, but don't we? Okay, I guess Red Hot isn't exactly the smartest of the bunch. No, we wouldn't. Or was that meant to be a secret? Ah, not another word from you. You had a good ride so far, Kook, but it won't go so smooth for you on our surf. You're gonna wipe out and wipe out hard. Hard. I gotta do the surfer dude accent for these guys, I guess. I wonder what they actually sound like in the match. It would be kind of funny if they do have that aesthetic. And there you have it, your next opponent. Please see to your preparations and come to the green room. And I'm sorry for this awful mess. There was nothing I could do to prevent it. I have my eye on you, madam. Even the camera has its eye on you because we know you're suspicious. This isn't a good time for a tour, I'm afraid. Would you mind coming back after I've sorted things out? Those bastards did a real number. Wait, where are the kittens? They're safe, thankfully. They sensed the danger and fled upstairs. I actually arrived earlier and witnessed them in the act. I was furious and wanted to stop them, but I feared it would draw the president's attention. Forgive me. I have news. We found a promising lead on the Uni and Atro's whereabouts. I'm shifting to the deeper voice because I know Red Zara has a deeper voice. Truly. Interesting choice of music here. Again, one of Honey's devoted fans is an employee of the Ascension Arcadia, and he divulged the details of the security of the company complex. Thanks to him, we now know that that right after your sisters were kidnapped, they curiously doubled the watch in a certain area. According to Green, it's a plushy reception hall used to entertain important guests. In all likelihood, that's where the girls are being held. While security is tight, we have a plan to create an opening and mount a rescue. Sugar will use her magic to cause a commotion, which I will explode to sneak inside. That's quite a daring strategy, but I have faith you can pull it off. We will carry out the mission during your next match. If you do what you do best and put on a good show, the attention you draw to the ring would only aid our cause. I plan on it. So, you'll be pitted against the Extremes next. It reminds me of my own time fighting as a tag team with Hector when we were still no-name newcomers. Wait, why have I never heard about this? Our signature move was the ultimate mega boom kick. Hector would encase me in flames and send me flying at our opponents. Not only did it look impressive, it had some kick to it as well. Pardon the pun. Alas, we hardly drew any spectators, so management disbanded our team. We were still trying to find our place back then. But getting back to the present, like all tag teams, the Extreme will unleash powerful coordinated attacks. Take care when you face them. Well, I suppose we better head to the green room. The mess can wait for now. For now, the mess can wait. Ascension. And that might possibly be. I'm reading off a little text blurb in the chat box, which I've hidden. A player got a title called The Ascension, so I'm assuming that's the title you get. Well, not a title, the achievement you get for completing current Arcadian. Alright, before we begin the next match, let me take a quick water break. I will be right back. Right, I'm back. I always say I'm taking like a water break, but I usually end up getting a snack or two. In this case, I found like a really good bunch of biscuits in a very near shop. A potato biscuit, as it were. Oh yeah, Sugar Ride's drawing is still on the floor. Right, let's take a closer look at your opponents. Nope, not skipping. Oh my god, what is this music? Red Hot and Deep Blue, who formed the popular tag team. What is this music? Is this like punk rock? Not what I was expecting, to be honest. Red Hot and Deep Blue, who formed the popular tag team The Extremes. They are originally professional surfers who rose to fame with their feats at Solution 9's artificial wave pool. Brothers harness the soul of storm divers, great lizards capable of manipulating the elements to perform dangerous techniques. As you can probably guess, Deep Blue commands water, while Red Hot wields flames. I say brothers, but they're obviously not related by blood. It's just part of their gimmick. Having said that, they do make a fearsome team. To echo Red Sara, you will need to be ready for their coordinated attacks. Once you've dealt with them, you'll be just one bout away from becoming Grand Champion, so get out there and give those gym wreckers what for. We'll see who's the one who wipes out. Like, totally, dude. Oh, okay. I'm feeling a bit of whiplash just from hearing that music. Yeah, punk rock was not the music I ever expected to hear in a Final Fantasy game, to be honest. Right. It is getting late, so the later we go on, the less likely we're probably going to be to get a party. Thankfully, I think I still have like the tank privilege, because M1 we got a party real quick. So I'm hoping that's the case for M2 as well. It really is the case for M2 as well. There we go. On to M2. Yeah, again, not the music I was expecting. No, we have a double paladin team. The bro fist.
On waves and flames they ride! The deadly duo, the extremes!
I do like the designs though, a very Agni and Rudra vibe. Daring devils, the extremes. Now we are actually fighting one of them, but it's gonna be coordinated eventually. I think our samurai might be lagging a bit. Let's give them a countdown. So I don't have any food on me, do I? I should have probably done that before.
This will be a tag team match of extreme proportions.
Extreme proportions. I see what you're doing there, game.
I can handle you alone.
Oh, my word, such scorn for the challenger.
What? Why is this colored? I don't like this.
Oh, what fearsome flames! He set the ring ablaze.
That was why it was colored. Oh my god. Hey, come on out. Diver's dare. Cut back blaze.
The flames are spreading. At this rate, the challenger will be trapped.
I'll wipe you out.
Hey, save some fun for me.
Yep, they definitely have a Cipher dude voice going on here.
Who's lost his cool? He's tagging in.
If there ain't a wave to ride, just make one yourself.
Good gods, what an enormous wave!
612. I do like the fact
This gnarly.
they
You're going down.
okay.
What a drag.
Let's do this together, bro.
Yep, they do have a Zipper Do vibe.
Oh, that's grounds for disqualification.
They don't fight alone either, so it's only fair. The extremes fight as one.
What?
It seems the referee is allowing it. It's double trouble for the challenger.
We're just getting started. Hey, check out this smooth teamwork.
The brothers have triggered a fusion explosion. Truly, they're deadly.
Oh, there's. I think arena is just. Walk. Well, I guess I'm eating in this.
I've been saving this trick just for you.
Brace yourselves, folks. The extremes are holding nothing back.
Oh my god. The entire arena. What? Jesus Christ. What is this area denial? I was not expecting this fight to happen. Also, I was not expecting Final Fantasy of all games to have punk rock as a music theme. I'm so glad I switched off effects because I would not be seeing a single thing if we did actually have effects on. Guys, please be careful where you place the AoEs. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's always fun playing with other players.
You're going down.
I'm glad everyone's moving out of the way. Like, they instinctively know not to crowd at the center. This is just a very... I'm gonna be just wow in the more harder version of this fight, because already we're kind of lacking space. Yeah, I'm really glad I switched off other players' effects, because we are not seeing it. Please, guys, not in the center. Not in the center. Okay. You know what? Let me see. No, I can't even move the bosses, even though I am the tank. Oh, we have a small wedge in the middle. That's safe. Other than the punk rock music, even which is surprisingly growing on me, I do find this fight very fun. I think you can even kind of hear just how I have a big grin on my face, and I don't even know why.
Bet you've never seen anything this gnarly.
And the surfer dude vibe they have going on. Bet you haven't seen anything this gnarly. Okay, let's just drop this. Thank you. Wow, that's a good party. Giving space for everyone. I can't see. Oh my. Yeah, seeing the harder raid for this is going to be interesting, just because of how little space you have here. So, good game, everyone. Good game.
The match is decided! Victory goes to the challenger!
Somebody didn't even open half the chests. I will give my commendation to the other tank. Oh, we left. Okay, never mind. Healers. Healers always deserve a commendation. And I will pass. I'm guessing a lot of the other players are also doing it for the story right now, which is why they're leaving without really rolling on anything. Okay, 2 more raid fights left for this series. I wonder what kind of music we're gonna get next. You did it again, Mikh'a. Even together, the brothers were no match for you. I really wish they'd voiced the raid series. It would have worked a lot better if they did, especially when they're doing like proper cutscenes. Seeing you humble those smug thugs really made my day. Serve them right for making a mess of my gym. Critical again. You'll never go wrong with critical hits. Challenger and champion. So to be with this, you've earned your title shot against the grand champion. You'll need to be more prepared than ever for that bout. But for now, a good rest is in order. Let's head back to the gym. And after each trial, you get a little story sequence. I can see why a lot of my friends were recommending the raid series to me. It has been an interesting set of mechanics, that's for sure. First, Mikh'a FFXIV. Now, both the extremes at once. You're incredible, and our fans joining us. I knew you'd beat those bullies, Mikh'a. You look so cool out there. It ain't over until it's over. Oh, it's these 3 again. The previous round challenges. How will you fare when you have no simulacra at your disposal? You can't use your feral soul here, you'll go berserk. Cowards. Yana just rushing in. Well, to be honest, I don't think we'd be facing the 3 of them together. Oh. Yeah, I was kind of expecting that. And it's a champion of the arena. What an outfit. Honorless curs, you're a blight upon the Arcadian. Be gone from my sight. It's the tyrant. What's the grand champion doing here? Questionable fan. His name was Questionable Fan. Put up your weapon, challenger. A true warrior does not engage his opponent outside the sacred ring. Okay, what soul are you going to be using? the brothers were using 11 like lizard souls. WAP was using a bad soul. I am the grand champion of the Ascension Arcadia Championship. Also an Elzen, and I feel like we're a mirror of each other. I was not expecting another Elzen to have my look. And I know all about you, Upstart. You think yourself a babyface who brings change, but to me, you are a heel who would tear down our traditions. That's right, you're nothing but a villain. Hostile fan. If you are resolved to destroy the Arcadian as we know it, it is only meet that you understand how it came to be. Listen well. It all began with the president's ancestor. Okay, we're getting some backstory. The man was a noble in the kingdom of Lindblom. For those Final Fantasy IX fans out there, known for his love and patronage of the theatrical arts. I'm guessing it's going to be a 9 reference with the name. Yeah, it's just over the top as well. When the storm surge came to a head, he was forced to flee his homeland. For years, he wandered the endless wastes until, in desperation, he sought refuge here in the enemy nation of Alexandria. To his great surprise, the Alexandrians welcomed him with open arms, and in the sight of them toiling hand in hand to build new lives, he saw a vision of that ancient paradise of myth, Arcadia. Now, I'm almost tempted to go like really ham on voicing him. He longed to repay the kindness he had received, and at length found the answer in the fighting contests that the people enjoyed in secrets as a diversion. Okay, maybe I'm not capable of going that ham. Using the riches he had bought with him, he created a new form of entertainment, one that blends thrilling fights and gripping theatrics. Thus was the Arcadian born, or in the words of the Final Fantasy XIV community, the GPU arena. Alas, it did not endure in its original iteration. As survival grew more challenging, it became increasingly difficult to host matches. Eventually, they ceased to be held altogether, and the Arcadian was all but forgotten. The years passed. Advancements in Electrope brought stability, and the advent of soul technology a sense of security. For the first time in generations, Alexandrians experienced tedium. Wishing to provide the excitement they craved, the president revived the Arcadian and held matches that pitted recreated simulacra against each other. And when the people clamored for fiercer fights, he satisfied them by introducing the use... I can't even take this seriously with all the motions he's doing. Introducing the use of feral souls. In this way did the Arcadian rise up to become the premier form of entertainment in Alexandria and a pillar of our culture. Well, that's all well and good, Mr. Tyrant. The problem is that using those souls actually corrupt the warriors, and they eventually go berserk. That's what we're trying to stop here. This is the Arcadian's history, the legacy that lives on in its sacred halls. This is what you seek to destroy. Feral souls are the very soul of we fighters, and we will not allow an outsider to dictate our culture and take them from us. Hear, hear. All hail the tyrant, the one true king of the Arcadian. The questionable fan giving support. Feral souls obfuscate the true splendor of battle. Exactly. More than a spectacle, I want to see a real fight. That's where the excitement lies. Well, he has his fans, we have our fans, and this is our group of fans. They're really milking this for the views, huh? I feel a weird sense of satisfaction that I'm an Elzen at the moment. You may have garnered attention for fighting unenhanced, but in the end you are not more than a heel intended to create excitement. It is your fate to fall. Well, to be honest, I'm just trying to stop people from going berserk. And to get back the people you kidnapped. Well, not you, but the president. As you saw for yourself, the tyrant's a force to be reckoned with even when not using Feral Soul. What's more, as Grand Champion, he has free access to the Soul Repository and can choose the best soul for each opponent. Also, he can use multiple souls. That makes it hard to offer advice. If only we knew which soul he'd use, we'd have something to work with. Anyway, let's get back to the gym. I'm anxious how the rescue mission went. Yeah, we still have to get back your younger and older sisters who were kidnapped to prevent us from bringing the truth of what happens to the fighters in the Arcadian. And this is the final raid tier for Dawn Trail, so I expect we will get a proper conclusion at the very end of all this. But Sarah and the others haven't returned yet. I hope they're alright. No, I'm saying something. I don't quite know what it is. I guess you don't have to worry. They'll be all right. Let's go with that. Yeah, let me take. Oh, they actually found her sister, or younger sibling. They managed to free them. Yana. Naomi. Oh, thank goodness. And let me take a sip of tea. I was watching another stream, and some characters were drinking tea, and I had a craving for it. As odd as that might sound. What a colorful cast. I'm sorry, we weren't able to rescue Utrobe, so the elder sibling is still kidnapped. We found Naomi in the reception hall, but there was no sign of Utrobe and no time to search for her. The kidnappers removed Utrobe's regulator when they abducted us, and then they took her somewhere else. Removed her regulator? Oh no, that's what they do to the immortalized. I like how Dancing Green is just looking around everyone else. Come on now, don't lose heart yet. It is so appropriate that the person who dances in their battle in a disco arena is the one who's giving a pep talk right now. Times like this, you gotta keep on grooving. Have some tact, will you? We're talking about their sister. No, he's right. Now isn't the time to be fearing the worst. It's already a blessing that Naomi is safe and sound. Still, I doubt the president will sit idly by in response. I worry what he might do next. You can rest easy on that front. We actually have a collaborator on the inside. Metem? Wait, Metem is working with us? I have been suspicious about him from the word. No way, he's working against us. I don't believe this. We approach him without expectation, and were pleasantly surprised when he agreed to help. He's contrived to make it so the president doesn't learn of our foray in a hurry. Furthermore, Madam has an idea of where Utrobe might be. He promised he would see her safely. I don't believe you. Madam did all that? Perhaps I misjudged him. This is... I'm sure the fan base, the FF14 fans, players were like very suspicious of Metem from the very beginning, and this is just the writer trying to throw us off track. He's gonna betray us at the end. Also, I like that they gave us the option to call this out. Can we really trust him? I feel uneasy too, to be honest, but right now we don't have any other choice but to trust him. Nope. Sorry. Nope. Alright, I have some good news too. While I was locked away in the reception hall, I was able to access a terminal and retrieved some useful information. That is, the Tyrant's data. In the upcoming title match, he intends to use the soul of a behemoth. A behemoth? Naomi, that's amazing. Mikh'a will have a much better chance now, thanks to you. I mean, I appreciate the fact that I know, but I was not expecting a behemoth. I expect the preparations for the match will be finished soon, so let's head to the Arcadian. We can discuss the fight in detail there. It'll be over soon. Once Eutrope has been freed and you become Grand Champion, no one will fight with feral souls again, and those afflicted with psychronecrosis, where their souls are destroyed and their flesh is just eventually just disintegrates, can be cured. As before, we're counting on you, Mikh'a. We'll all be praying for your tribe. Oh, hey, Majin. Thank you for the raid, as always. I am doing... Oh, speaking of raids, I am doing the normal raids for Final Fantasy XIV. A lot of my friends have been saying, I'm gonna love this, and so far, yes, I am loving it. It's been very interesting. I feel like because this is the last set of normal raids we're gonna get, they have very much up their A game in terms of mechanics. It's very, very interesting to say the least. Hopefully you guys will be entertained by me just squirming around the arena. I might not be saying as much as we focus on playing with other players. And welcome to the colorful cast of the Arcadian. To give you a recap, the story for the normal raids in Final Fantasy XIV at the moment is that we are challenging an arena, like a gladiator, a futuristic gladiator arena of sorts, and the fighters in this arena actually fight by fusing together with the souls of other creatures in Final Fantasy XIV, right? But we learned over the course of the game that when they use that soul, they slowly start to disintegrate. They sort of become, you know what? I don't actually know the exact process, but the end result is that they eventually disintegrate, right? They disappear into nothing. So we want to stop that from happening to anyone else, which is why we are fighting the Arcadian. And during that point, 2 of our members here in this whole party has been kidnapped, and we just got one of them back, the younger little kid over here. We just rescued. So now we have one more person to rescue, and we're doing it while keeping the arena busy. Yep. Oh, I don't even know how you guys watched it. I feel like anyone who stumbles upon a Final Fantasy raid stream would be like, what incarnation is happening? Because it's so confusing. Did you win, Majin? Did you win the Blitzball match? I have to know. It becomes a bit easier if you actually manage to do the ball kicking section, as weird as it might sound, on the boat, right? Because you get an additional ability that you can use in the Blitzball match. And that cutscene is very, very worth it, because it feels great to have the underdogs win for once. Yeah, you get a kick that sort of disables 2 people who are defending, which makes it a bit easier, Your team is still the underdog in that fight. And I'm kind of amazed that you managed to draw and get to overtime. That's actually quite good. I would have loved to see it, but I was worried that if I delayed any longer, I would not be getting any party members, because I'm on a JP server at the moment, because that is closer to Southeast Asia. And usually the players tend to die down at this time of night. So I was like, I better jump in before it's too late. Oh no, you can get that ability again as long as you keep playing. It's just an early way to get it. And that ability only affects your Blitzball minigame. The actual overdrive ability is something you can still get. Alright, so coming back to this, it seems Palm wants to join you. Perhaps she thinks Hector will be at the Arcadian, Palm being the little coral over there. Maybe she wants to cheer Mikh'a on as well. Let's bring her along, eh? You guys kind of missed some very interesting music choices for the last few raids. And yeah, the first one was like pop rock, the second one was punk rock, so I'm expecting hard rock in this one. An image comes to me. You're being crowned Grand Champion, and everyone you saved are all there celebrating. Thank you, Sugar Riot. If the president is descended from Lindblom nobility, it makes sense that he knew about the cure for psychonecrosis. If we can defeat the tyrant, then we can save everyone. Final Fantasy XIV has a lot of dialogue, so I'll be reading a lot, just so you guys know. Unfortunately, it's not all voiced. Well, we trust in Metam to keep his word. You must focus wholly on the title match. Become the grand champion, Mikh'a, and free all souls in the repository. For Hector, not least of all. Dancing Green? And yes, his name is Dancing Green, in case you're wondering. Anxious about the title match. You got this, baby. Oh, this is one character I love, by the way. He's one of the contenders in the arena, the very first one, and you fight him in a disco arena, and that track is amazing, because I do love my disco tracks. And Honeybee Lovely has like a pop song, a very Hatsune Miku-like pop song in the background. The Arcadian is Alexandria's biggest stage, and I'm counting on your victory to make a dazzling comeback. Don't let me down, or I shall have to sting you. Funnily enough, she has a very country voice in the English one, where in the Japanese dub, she sounds more like an actual one of those Japanese idols, right? Okay, I guess I should not have expected anything from the cat. Yana? Right, let's make our way to the Arcadian. Given the huge publicity surrounding the match, there's bound to be some fans along the way. Why not take a moment to talk to them? I expect they'll have some words of encouragement for you. Oh, okay. Looks like these two are actually joining me. I am walking to our next destination by the looks of it. Normally we would be teleporting there. And I'm kind of anxious to see what the third tier is, considering it's the champion of the arena. Although I do believe we have one more fight for the raid series itself. You can do it, Mikh'a. You can beat the tyrant and become the grand champion. When I grow up, I'm going to become a fighter like you. Then we can form a tag team together and teach the bad guys a lesson. My son and I will be praying for your victory with all our hearts. Thank you for your support. Wait, can I talk to Yana? Next time you walk these streets, you'll be a grand champion. I'm sure of it. Everyone's very confident on this. You're just gonna say meow, right? Okay. Judging by her spirited mewing, Palm is eager to get to the Arcadian. Well, we had a little extra dialogue there. I gotta talk to the cat, okay? So I feel like I'm spoiling every one of you who has not played Final Fantasy XIV, which is traditionally very medieval. As you can see, I'm wearing like very medieval armor. But then you are in an endgame hub that's like a cyberpunk city. Mikh'a, I can't believe your heavyweight match is already happening. I have every faith you win and usher in a new era of the Arcadian for the Arcadian. Now that we're connected to the outside world, our society has begun to change. It's only natural that the Arcadian changes as well. Got one more fan to talk to. Yeah, this is the endgame hub for, well, one endgame hub for Final Fantasy XIV players who have reached the end of this expansion. The city called Solution 9. The unstoppable upstart is speaking to me. What an honor this is. Truth be told, I lost someone dear to me in the recent attacks. But as I was wallowing in grief, I saw you facing your foes entirely unenhanced, and it gave me the courage to carry on. I'm not the only one either. There are many like me who are inspired by your unfaltering figure in the ring, and to see you become Grand Champion would be the greatest inspiration of all. Hearing from the fans really fires you up, doesn't it? They inspire you as much as you inspire them. Come on, let's continue on to the green room. Yes, let us check on our final contender. I'll be cheering for you, Mikh'a. Not that I dislike Solution 9, right? I do like even the back. It's a very chill area, more or less. Okay, great time. Let's hope I don't mess up too badly as a tank. We've been waiting your arrival, Mikh'a. And this is? Because of the age of the game, you're gonna see a lot of low resolution textures, and I do not have any upgraded ones, just so you all know. She wants to cheer Mikh'a on. That's not a problem, is it? No, certainly not. If you would please follow me. And yeah, in case anyone's wondering, my avatar is actually very hugely based on my own Final Fantasy XIV character. It's kind of the whole reason I started streaming too. Just so that I could keep a record of the mistakes I make on the higher rate tiers. I have a VOD that I could go back and check, but eventually I found it quite fun to just speak to everyone while we're streaming. Well, here we finally are, the heavyweight title match. I'm starting to feel a little nervous, I have to admit. And we'll get like a little cutscene introducing our final contender. Gotta hand it to Final Fantasy XIV to be a bit over the top. Seems she wants to find her master, just like Matsara said. It's heartbreaking. Right, better focus. I suppose this will be the last time for this, but let's take a look at your opponent. A mirror match of it. And yeah, the whole arena thing is like taken to a very wrestling style of things. The reigning grand champion of the Arcadian, the Tyrant. Yeah, and I was expecting hard rock. We're hearing hard rock in the background. This is their theme. Prior to becoming a fighter, he was a peerless hunter renowned for his mastery of all weaponry. In the ring, he wields an arsenal of arms and freely switches between them as the situation demands, so he uses multiple weapons. So don't worry, you guys will get to hear the track soon. In addition to powerful physical attacks, he'll unleash devastating whirlwinds and meteors. More than ever, you'll have to take care. Now go out there and win one last time. Claim the title and usher in a new era for the Arcadian, one where lives aren't sacrificed for the entertainment. Let's do it. The smug look on my character's face. Okay, I like this track. Like each of the raid tiers in Dawn Trail has a different type of music track, and this raid tier seems to be all based on rock. And hopefully, it's not too late. Oh wow, an immediate in. Okay, you know what? Never mind. Tank privilege really shining through. Not many players take this role because it's a bit nerve-wracking for a lot of people. We're waiting for that 1 DPS. I hear the soundtrack for the final turn is very good. I do like this one and the first one a bit as well though. Okay, let's do it. Okay, I better write that as well. Hello. This is my first time here. Final Fantasy players are very friendly if you let them know that this is your first time, most of the time. Alright, I shall focus now. He's equipping that behemoth soul. A bit of a lackluster design, but I guess.
The grand champion of the Arcadian, the Tyrant!
Iron Fist, the Tyrant. Having the behemoth horns on him is an interesting choice. Oh, double paladin again. You know what? Let me. Okay, party countdown. In case anyone gets like a little too trigger happy. Do I have any food that I do? Let's just use a cookie.
At long last, the decisive match against the grand champion!
Crown of Arcadia.
Challenge a triumph and seize the tyrant's throne!
First, I shall take your measure.
Show me.
Draw steel. He's bringing out a large sight. Smash down. Okay. In. Normally, that should be followed with an out. This is an axe, and I'm gonna guess it's gonna be an out. Yep. The way raids goes is that the first few attacks are always like a display of what he's gonna do, and then they're gonna combine those mechanics later on. A new type of AoE marker that I'm not familiar with. Oh, it's multiple. Okay. Draw steel again. It's just... Oh! I got hit. The sword is a plus AoE.
Behold, the
Trophy weapons. Yeah, so here they're doing exactly what I said before. They're combining all. So the plus is first, in over here, and then an out over there.
Absolute brutality! The champion's power is unmatched!
There is much more to come.
This is an in first. Do I take the risk? It wasn't worth it. I have two stacks of shame.
It has been a long time since I've enjoyed myself so.
Sword again. Okay, interesting. Dance of Domination. This is different. AoE? It is AoE. Okay. No, I'm assuming this is... Whoa.
Oh, it's tyranny time, folks! He knows no mercy, and he's never tasted defeat!
It's a different mechanic now. Double tank busters.
No more holding back.
Arab dystopia. Interesting. What that hurt?
Enhanced warrior.
Is this an in?
What is he going to do with all those weapons?
He's gonna attack us with it. It's another. It's an out. It's not an in. I thought it was an in for a second there. This isn't it. He's doing it multiple times.
Such ferocity! The champion is ruthless indeed!
And now we have two tornadoes in the middle. What is happening? Okay, it looked dangerous. Not too dangerous though.
The tyrant!
So yes, it starts off slow,
More tyrannical than before!
but it can get very weird. And now the arena is in flames.
Know the folly.
Meteor rain.
Keeping me unenhanced.
Gotta make sure a person is in each of the towers. Okay, I'm interrupting this, I guess. We probably need those later for a mechanic.
Who knew they've been felled with a vengeance? And they're back in action! Can they turn the tide?
I will not yield my throne.
Yeah, you're gonna have to hide behind these for this. Sneak in a hit.
Water
Whoa, one more. I was not expecting it to be there twice. Will I make it? Ooh.
Oh, he split the ring in half. We're going to need urgent repairs.
Playing it very safe here. The black mage is dying. He's too far from my heals. I am on the wrong side for this. I am about to die. Nope. Tank privilege. This is gonna knock me to the other side. Majestic. What? Some players fell off.
Oh dear, the
No, this is not safe. This is really not safe. Really not safe.
Try this.
I I fell. I thought I was angled correctly, but I wasn't. Oh wow! The entire he took the other side of the arena.
now he's thrown the ring. What a surge strength!
Now the healer will be bringing everyone back.
Ham, the ring shall presently be restored.
Okay, the healer actually saving this run.
Who's is a clash between Valentine and mortal resolve? Either side can cut out her tongue.
This might be a soft enrage.
Arcadian, what it is.
Majestic meter. Okay, yeah. Since it's a normal mode, they're just giving us a bit more leeway here. They're gonna do this once more and then probably kill us off. The black mage running for their dear life. I kind of missed the part where he took the other side of the arena and just slammed it against us. But hey, interesting normal fight. Definitely a mechanic.
Oh, the match is dismissed.
Good game.
Before your very eyes, a new grand champion is born!
I will give my commendation to the other tank for taking care of the raid after I fell. I'm gonna pass now because I'll need to check which equipment I'll need for later. What an interesting... I don't even know how to react to that fight. And here's Madam, who I've been suspecting to be the cause of everything that's happening in the storyline. Oh, what brings the referee out now? What's with the ominous? I'm pleased to see I was not mistaken about you. That voice, it's the president. None other, though this is obviously not my, well, not your true form indeed. I'm in my quarters on the uppermost floor. A deal's a deal. Tell us where the drop of life is. It's here with me. Come, I shall give it to you. You have earned a personal audience. I've been suspecting Metam to be behind everything that's happening, but maybe not. Or maybe it's a ruse done by Metam. The drop of life. I haven't the faintest idea what this is about, but I better take a camera to capture these events. Well, this is an interesting arena. What in tarnation? What is that monstrosity? In my words, exactly. The Lindworm. Okay. The Lindworm. There are a couple of Lindworms in Final Fantasy, right? I think there was one in Final Fantasy XI. The Lindworm, the legendary serpent of Elden, namesake of my homeland, which was a normal mob, not this thing. By infusing myself with its soul, I have come to assume this form. The present has become this terrifying creature? And those are all the previous fighters who are being captured there. And those people, why, they're the immortalized. Including Yana's sister over there, Eutrope. Metam, why is she? You promised you would save her. I'm truly sorry, but it seems he was one step ahead of us. You have served me well, Metam, but have long been aware of your duplicity. Arrayed behind me are all the fighters who have been immortalized. With each feral transformation, their souls were ravaged until they ultimately met their demise. A pitiable fate. They shall make a fitting audience for the final act here in this faithfully recreated Lindblom Theater. That's why I thought it felt familiar. It's the Lindblom Theater from Final Fantasy IX. Alright, she's transforming now. Or at least she attempted to. To use the bodies of the departed as a decoration. This is pure depravity. People of Alexandria, in my mission to bring you ever more thrilling entertainment, I have given my very body and soul. I acquired the power of the mighty Lindworm and hence sought to create fighters who could offer me fierce contest. Alas, all died prematurely, taken by a soul-consuming affliction. But at last they may know peace, for the one I have long awaited has appeared. With the actors thus assembled, the greatest show in Arcadian history may finally begin. In feverish highs shall all sorrow and tedium be swept away. Final Fantasy XIV, if not anything, is very verbose. This is unconscionable. How could the president do such a thing simply for entertainment? I feel like Metam is still sort of playing this up for the crowd. Unenhanced warrior, know that you have merely become heavyweight champion. If you wish to be crowned the true grand champion, you must now defeat me. Yeah, I still feel like Metam is up to something. This can't be just it. I'll send you slithering back to your hole. I'll defeat you, don't worry. The funny thing is, these choices don't really make much of a difference. It's just flavor. That's the spirit. The illusion of choice. That's the spirit. See to it that you spare no preparation. Nothing short of perfection will suffice for our performance. A shocking truth has been revealed, and the final match has been set. How will this harrowing tale conclude? I guess they're putting us right into the final match this time. No running around doing anything first. To think that the fighters were dying from using feral souls. Well, now they know the truth at least. Just because we wanted thrills. The Arcadian was my escape. But if I'd known the price for it... If this is the way it is, then our only hope is for the unstoppable upstart to win. That's right. Let's all cheer him on against the evil president. This is such... The storyline is so corny, I don't even know where to begin. Eutrope. Not you too, Eutrope, not you too. When they enter the pods, it's assumed that they cannot come back to life, but, well, I'm assuming we're gonna have a happy ending at the end. I guess we'll see in a second. Skill speed. Yana is beside herself with grief. Deep down, I'd feared we might be too late. I'd steel myself for the worst, but the reality was too much to bear. When I saw how the president had exploited my sister and all those others, I tried to use a feral soul without thinking. I want nothing more than to fight with you, but no, I only hold you back. And I'd be a fool to tempt fate again with a feral soul. In his twisted mind, the president might think this is just a show, but to me, this is reckoning. But Eutrope and all the fallen fighters, bring that monster to justice, Mikh'a. Again, if this had proper cutscenes and were voiced, it would be a lot more impactful. The question is, what kind of music are we gonna get this time? Yeah, so I am, even though it's like late at night in the Japanese server, I'm getting like instant queues. A lot of people must be farming this. Incidentally, I'm going into this blind. I really have no idea what's happening. Okay, hello. A lot of new people here too. I guess all the people who work are getting on today.
Face of the villainous president, the mighty serpent of yore, the Lindworm!
Glory incarnate.
Never had a choice. Never let the ops win. Calm them nerves. Got the whole world watching. Ready, set, go.
So a lot of paladins. I was expecting a gunbreaker tank, but I've been pairing up with paladins all through. Wow. Okay. Very interesting music indeed. I also rock.
I think what's it gonna be? Never had a choice. Never let the ops win. Calm them nerves.
The president must pay for his crimes! Give him what for, champion!
The Fixer. Okay. Okay, I do like this music. Bloodshed. Let's get away from that.
Is this the power of the mythical Lindworm?
Ravenous Reach. This one is heading... Okay, I think that was far, so this has to be close.
His arm is slithering out! Oh, that's
And now he's left things on the ground. Whoa. Okay. Oh, we need to escape.
Watch out! That is one cruel coil.
Okay. So whoever was inside was probably gonna die instantly.
Another attack evaded with aplomb.
Tank busters. Bloodshed is the half-room cleave. Grotesquerie. Ravenous Reach. I have something on me. Yeah, we need to be near this. I have a debuff that's gonna go off in 10 seconds.
Once again, they slip beyond their opponent's reach.
Okay, you can run over there. I'll wait here. Is this the debuff? Just an AoE? Splatter Shed. Half-room clip. Whoa, he has 2 arms now. Somebody has gone to the corner. I don't quite...
Snaking round the ring. What's he planning?
Okay. When in doubt, follow the other players. Okay. There's usually someone who knows what's going on. Oh my god. Is it... Oh, we need to go to that side. Oh my god. That was not enough to... Yeah, we need to reset. Okay, I see. So this is what that AoE does. I'll reset so the other players can join. Not what I was expecting there to happen. Don't worry about it. It's all okay. Yeah, when you're doing normal raids, Final Fantasy players are very chill. Now you guys can probably see the bubbles they're writing in the chat. I've hidden it for privacy, but the bubbles are kind of letting it, kind of making it obvious what they're saying.
The president must pay for his crimes. Give him what for, champion.
No, at least we can experience the nice music. I wonder if it's like right next to the arrow. It probably is, right? Yep, center of the arrow. Things you need to learn for the higher raid difficulty. And this is actually doing a conal.
That's just disgusting.
Sprint this time. Oh, you can't actually escape for the first one. Interesting.
when they slip beyond their opponent's reach.
Okay, now that we know the range, we can just stay here without worrying too much. Yeah, 30-second debuff. I'll use my shield at the end to give everyone a slight buff. Probably use it here. Yeah.
Another attack evaded with a bomb.
I don't remember what this move does. Oh, it's just AoE. Okay. And now he goes into his two-armed form. And don't stand under the dragons. Or the snakes. I hope everyone's healing up here.
Oh no! The gore has latched onto the champion!
Oh. This is knocking me back. So that's why a lot of people died, is from the knockback. I have a shield for this though this time. Oh, I'm not hitting half the party with the shield, but yes, I have it. Oh my god. Let's just play it safe.
Can they turn the tide?
I'm not gonna greed during our first run. Bloodshed. Ooh, coil. Okay, now we're just repeating mechanics. I guess since a few players died, our DPS is low. Yeah, you cannot make yourself out. Is it going like a 90-degree angle each time? It is going like a 90-degree angle each time. No, this is a forward. Oh, better play it safe. Yep. Shield, everyone. I didn't even see that. I was so focused on damage mitigation. Got lucky. This time I did not get lucky. Okay, now I'm just losing my focus. Two stacks. Each time you get hit, the way Final Fantasy XIV works is that the amount of damage you take increases. So for each stack I take, get like a damaged debuff of swords. Sometimes it reduces your damage, and the other times it increases the amount of damage you take. And this is the one that increases the amount of damage you take. Not very ideal to have for a tank. Oh, well, we're almost done.
The battle is decided! Victory goes
Except we're not getting a victory cutscene. Oh, it's not over yet.
Could the Lindworm's regeneration be out of control? The Lindworm's completely healed. What outrageous regenerative power!
Ooh. Oof. That is one huge AoE.
Is there no limit to its regenerative capacity?
Oh, okay. This is just like a hard DPS and rage. He's just gonna keep doing this over and over again. It's the other side! On top of the world. That was a good fight. I feel like it's a bit less mechanically intense than the others, but it might be because
The champion's done it! The president has been defeated!
it might be because they're hiding a lot of mechanics for the harder version that's going to come out on January. The actual raid. This is just a story one at the moment we have. Oh, sorry, guys. Good game. I will commend the other tank. Oh, it's the same tank from before. I didn't even realize. Yes. There's a little minion there at the very end. I will read for now. I'm passing because I don't entirely know what we need. What I need as a player. I might be going healer this raid tier, or I might be going a tank. I'll have to decide and then roll on the drops. Let's see the rest of the story. You did, Mikh'a, just as I thought you would. A lot of flattery in Final Fantasy XIV story. Now, tell us where the drop of life is. We won't allow anyone else to die. Yeah, I knew it. It was meta all along. That which you seek lies before you. The ether yielded by the Lindworm's heart is the stimulant for the regeneration factor. Now, set aside your grief, for Etrop and the other fighters have not perished. Everyone can still be saved. Everyone except the president. What? Everything has been part of the president's plan to produce the cure to psychonecrosis. Wait, the president was trying to cure everyone? So even Medem is actually technically a good guy. He's been using us to actually make the cure. When the first fighter was diagnosed with the disease, the president was utterly shaken. He cursed himself for ever introducing the use of feral souls. Determined to find a cure, he turned to the treasure that had been passed down through his line, the egg of a Lindworm, a creature known for its phenomenal regenerative abilities. After much experimentation, he ultimately extracted the soul of the unborn beast and took it into himself. And though he transformed into a monstrosity possessed of preternatural regeneration, he sadly could not use his power to heal others. To make matters worse, the power meant he was forever locked in its serpentine form, so it was that he was forced to confine himself to this mausoleum. For a small blessing, his regulator still allowed him control over the Arcadian's devices, and he could remotely operate machinery. So there was no villain in here. Just a person trying to do his best. Not what I was expecting. Usually, these raid storylines are a lot more predictable. That was how he was able to make contact with me and convey his intent to sacrifice himself and have the cure made from his heart. Alas, the Lindworm was too powerful. Even the Tyrant proved no match, and the Arcadian remained in operation as the search continued for a warrior capable of defeating him. Those fighters who developed psychonecrosis had to be retired and put into deep sleep, a cold stasis to keep the disease at bay until they could be cured. It was for this reason that Atrope was kidnapped. The president lamented subjecting more souls to this disease, but for want of other solutions he could only press on with his plan. If that's the truth, then why didn't you tell us? The president was nothing if not a showman. He dedicated his regrets, his desire for atonement, and indeed his very life to bring greater thrills to the masses. In so doing, he would promote fiercer competition and give rise to ever stronger fighters, one of whom he hoped would rise up to challenge him. It was to keep the competition running that the disease was kept secret, and though many fighters showed promise, it seems as though none would ever transcend the tyrant. Except for the Warrior of Light, you mean? That is, until you appeared. From the moment he saw you, the president was certain that you'd be the one to defeat him. All he needed to do was to spur you on, and to do so he cast you as a rebel who would tear down the Arcadian, and himself as the greatest heel it has ever known. That man couldn't help but turn everything into a spectacle. It's so absurd, one can't help but admire it. So this entire time we've been puppets in the president's play. Yeah, really not the conclusion I was expecting, but I'll give the story the benefit of the doubt. Confound it, he's already recovered. I'm guessing the other fighters are gonna come alive here. Or Yana is gonna sacrifice herself. Oh, she's actually fighting normally this time. Now the other fighters are indeed coming to help. Yeah, it wouldn't be a Final Fantasy game without the power of friendship, right? It's no good. Everybody, listen up. Is that the brute bomber who was alive all this time? The questions can wait. Right now, I need you all to channel me your ether with the power of friendship. Everyone give him your spirit or magic or whatever. I told you, it's not a Final Fantasy game without the power of friendship. Now they're doing a great job with these cutscenes. Use it, Mikh'a. Oh, combined power. Oh, come on. Do I have to do the kick? I am doing the kick. As absurd as that was, I have a huge grin on my face. We need to finish him now. You fought well, champion. Leave the rest to us. Probably the rest of the fighters, right? Who were in their stasis pods. Oh wait, it's these guys. The president confided in us long ago. We've been acting according to his instructions. Oh, so these guys knew as well. It was my duty to serve as the challenge's final test. Oh, no wonder he was having it up before. And to ensure their hands would not be sullied. It kind of makes sense that he was having it up. He was playing a role. Everything burns, Kitty. It was a very... if the fight doesn't drag on too long, it was a very good song, though. That almost looks like a dragon eye. So how have you been, Kitty? I've seen you jump into Omega again. Hector, I thought you were gone. That you died after becoming that fiend. Just trying to get more weapons. I'll tell you this, if you're still doing it on PF, you have a lot more patience than I do. Though I think maybe this time around I might be PFing as well, just for Savage, right? I might not have enough time to join a dedicated static this time around. For the raids. Yeah, you're a madman, Kitty. But hey, if it's working for you, all the better. I thought the same, but then I woke up and was myself again. Metam explained everything after that. The president had given me less potent souls for the bout, and then his people restored me back to normal. I've been resting in the Arcadian's infirmary ever since, but when I saw what was happening on the broadcast, nothing could keep me coming to help. Going from coming to coming? You know what? That sounds like a bit of an odd sentence. That's our crying. I might have pushed myself too hard. Forgot I had this little disease. Oh, are you getting the tome gears before you're doing Doom Train Extreme? I've been wondering if I should do that myself. What is the reward for current Extreme? Is it weapons or accessories? Right. We should move everyone to the infirmary immediately and have the cure. Create weapons. Okay, that makes it very worth on doing. Because that's probably going to be the ideal thing to have for Savage. And since the Extreme came out a bit ahead, I do have the option to farm for both the healer and the tank weapon. Not quite decided on which role I'll be PFing as just yet. I shall personally tend to matters from here. Every soul will be saved, I give you my word. Of course. I'll have to get on that grind myself, though I'm not sure I want to, because I've been playing... Honestly, even though I feel like Dawntrail is pretty good, I'm just so invested in other games at the moment. I still need to finish Silent Hill F. I have to do 2 more playthroughs on that. I still have Dead Stranding left, which I have not completed at all. Where Winds Meet, I've been completely addicted to that. Just doing the bosses in that, and there's an entire region that I have to finish in addition to the bosses over there. So really not sure whether I'll be doing it, but doing the crafter grind would be ideal right before jumping into higher level raids. I have to say, I'm a might miff that Brute stole the spotlight, but I'm glad everyone is safe. Try not to encourage the Verdant Dancer. He's already insufferable and he's smug enough as it is. The Verdant Dancer. Interesting choice to use for green. Had a feeling it'd play out like this. For all his quirks, I knew the old man couldn't truly be a villain. Oh, you're going a healer again. Yeah, I feel like healers are a bit more lacking in Dawntrail than tanks. So I've been considering that too, and it feels like almost all the tank spots I've seen on recruitment boards have been filled. So healer might be a very ideal choice to go in, as there's always demand for a healer. I watched the broadcast from start to finish. You were absolutely amazing, Mikh'a. Though it's taken some time, you've inspired me to change my view towards souls. Like Yana, I've decided to remove my regulator as well. By the way, some people from the Arcadian dropped by earlier to apologize for the president's deception. They even helped fix up the gym. It's been quite a whirlwind of events, but it seems the worst is over. All that remains is to pray that everyone is cured. Incidentally, Kitty, did you do the Monster Hunter collab? I haven't gotten around to it. Sometime later. Now, of course, all of Hector's cats. I'm pleased to say the treatment was effective. Everyone has made a full recovery from psychonecrosis. Ah, okay. I haven't even done normals yet. I think the gear was glamour, right? You get the Monster Hunter Wild glamour in this game. The symptoms are completely gone. I feel like myself again, thanks to the cure. And of course to you as well, Mikh'a. Etrope actually has her eyes back to normal. Why was her eyes always this color? Yana has told me, well, words do not suffice to show my gratitude, but please accept my thanks. Yeah, mine too. Really? I was not expecting that. Probably gonna have a hard time finding a party for that then, this late. Brute being a tsundere, as always. Before setting off for their homes, the heavyweight fighters and those who were in stasis also expressed their heartfelt gratitude for you. And it'd be remiss of me not to do the same. Thank you. I, meanwhile, must apologize to everyone. Though it was to conceal the President's plan, the fact remains that I deceived you. I am truly sorry. For once, the Lalafels are not evil in a Final Fantasy expansion. I thought I could cheese it with Lance. Yes, I heard that a lot of people had trouble there. It's gonna be fun to actually get. I have not played Wilds yet, so I have not done the encounter, but I remember the behemoth encounter from Worlds, so it's gonna be interesting. Oh yeah, of course, Mazin, you really should. It's not a game that should be rushed, I feel like. If you try to rush it, my experience with Monster Hunter games has been generally that if you try to rush it, whether you're going for all the weapons, because that's something I actually try to do, and as you can imagine, I kind of burned myself out very easily trying to do that. I was going for every weapon on every type, even though technically the only thing I knew how to play properly was Hunting Horn. Lonely level 5. Hey, that's higher than me who has not played it, so you need to be punished. And here I thought you know what, this was what I was thinking all along, so I'm gonna choose this option. And here I thought you were the true mastermind. Funny enough, I'm guessing the devs knew exactly what the Final Fantasy XIV fanbase was thinking, because we all thought Metam was behind everything, so they put in that option specifically to call out the players who were thinking that. Technically correct. Me, the mastermind? You give me too much credit. I have not the imagination to conceive such an audacious plan. That said, I did work behind the scenes to ensure all went according to script. In light of that, perhaps I could be considered the mastermind. In the end, everything is as the President had hoped. Wherever he is now, he too would doubtless be overjoyed. He sacrificed himself to save us all. Another debt I can never repay. Debt. Debt. The President actually had one last wish. Those who still bear love for the Arcadian, even after everything, continue to fight and bring excitement to the fans. He really had us all figured out. It's as if we are still dancing in the palm of his hand. All's well that ends well. I doubt there'll be a stinger for this, considering it is the end of Dawn Trail. Lest you wonder, I've arranged for the souls in the repository to be set free as you desired. Never again shall feral souls be wielded in the Arcadian. From now on, matches will only be fought between unenhanced warriors. The upstart's revolution was a success. This means, however, that there are none present who could offer you contest. Until our fighters have become strong enough, I'm afraid we won't have any matches for you. I was looking forward to defending my title. I'm sure that day will come soon. I think I speak for everyone when I say I'd love to face you unenhanced. I won't stop training until I'm ready. Yeah, I can see why they placed a lot of focus on the characters in the raid trial this time. I feel like the community has really taken a shine to them, which is not something you usually see in the raid trials, right? Because it's usually bosses or not, and not characters per se. Now then, there is to be a crowning ceremony for the new Grand Champion. Naturally, it can't begin without you, so pray, come to the green room at your earliest convenience. Again, it's a shame these cutscenes are not voiced. I really feel like I've been feeling like this ever since they introduced the Stormblood raids, that the raid tier would feel a lot better if these cutscenes and everything were voiced, right? I really need to do that one of these days. Oh, sorry, that was my keyboard. I have another player running after me. Arcadian attendant. Yeah, in case you guys are wondering, I'm probably gonna call it after this storyline. It's already like 11:30 p.m. over here. I don't have any work tomorrow, but hey, kind of need to get up a little early as well. So yeah, just for warning. Oh, because I always feel kind of weird when I suddenly say, hey, I need to get going, and then just stop there. I might check out the Monster Hunter introduction quest. Okay, yeah, let's do that. We'll check the Monster Hunter collab introduction, and then I'll call it. I doubt I'm gonna get a party for this so late in the Japanese server. I'm getting these raids because a lot of people are trying them out. A lot of new players were in there, so yeah. But getting the Monster Hunter one might be a bit difficult. The ceremony will be held in the very ring we fought in. It wasn't all that long ago, yet somehow it feels like an age. But come, everyone's already out there waiting. Make sure you're dressed for the occasion because all of Alexandria will be watching. Do I have to? I guess they're giving us the chance to change our glamour. You know what? Let me just change to my goldsmith glamour, which I use quite a bit. Without the hat, please. It's less formal than my paladin attire, but which is actually a mix of the paladin and dark knight set, which works surprisingly well. But come, okay, you know what? Yeah, let's just start with this. I do like the goldsmith vest that we got from Shadowbringers. I could have gone the cyberpunk route because I do believe I have a set that matches this aesthetic here. My fellow citizens, we are gathered to recognize a new grand champion in the Arcadian, an unstoppable force of nature who tore through every obstacle in his way. Please join me in welcoming this radiant star to the stage. The man who boldly ushered in you know what, I can't say my own name, it sounds a little too corny. Yeah, skip. I can also see why they gave you the chance to glamour yourself. Although going in with the West and the Paladin shield is kind of weird. Hold it right there. Yeah, that'll be the Brute Bomber, right? It's a farce that you're Grand Champion. I refuse to accept it. Oh my, the Brute Bomber has barged into Mikha''s ceremony again. You know what? I really like the Brute Bomber's theme and the fight. So hearing it again is nice. I demand a rematch. Just you and me, unenhanced. Not so fast. I got another contender. Oh wait, Black Cat. But out of all the themes, Yana's theme, Black Cat's theme has to be my favorite, right? This theme. I think that might be my persona fan, inner fan kind of showing itself. Watching you get tossed aside by Mikh'a would hardly be entertaining. I'll be your opponent. Black Cat has leapt into the ring. I dare say this should be an even match. With the president no longer with us, it falls to my humble self to authorize matches. Your humble self. And on this occasion, I am pleased to approve an impromptu exhibition. You know, this reminds me of that one. I mentioned this many times. There's this one game on the Switch. You know what? I'm forgetting the name. It's a fighting game where the characters have like springs for arms. Wait, that's the name. It's called Arms. Okay, I can't believe I forgot that name. The main theme for Arms is very reminiscent of this track. Let this be the clash to Christian the Arcadian's rebirth. She's the claw that gleams in revolution's shadow, the rebel that prowls the dark, Black Cat. He's the man who's been to hell and lived to tell the tale, the incorrigible, reprehensible Brute Bomber. Like, you know what? I can't say this with all seriousness. Yeah, but yeah, a happy ending to the raid series for once. For once, we did not let out any mythological world-ending figures in our attempt to do something weird. Alright, Black, back to my normal glamour, thank you very much. But yeah, I actually have a mix of the Paladin and the Dark Knight gear, which works surprisingly well. Although I keep the helmet switch off most of the time. I did it! I beat the Brute, but you actually won. Sorry for spoiling your moment with that charade, but we wanted to kick off the new era of the Arcadian with a bang. Madam came up with a last-minute script and I agreed to join in. Retired fighters have been returning as well, eager to fight in enhanced matches. We're all going to do our part to keep the Arcadian exciting. And as you may have already noticed, everyone's decided to remove their regulator. That's because we won't be needing souls anymore, feral or otherwise. Meanwhile, since you have no equal, you've been granted the title of Eternal Grand Champion and entered into the Hall of Fame. You're already a legend, basically. Now, though you may not be able to fight, we'd love to see you, so don't be a stranger and drop by my gym or the green room from time to time. But yeah, that's gonna be the end of the storyline. As much as I hate to admit it, we played into the president's hands from the start, but it was only because you were the protagonist of his script that we could bring the tale to a happy conclusion. We truly couldn't have done it without you, our enhanced Grand Champion, so please allow me to thank you again. We are forever in your debt. There's so much thanks going on here. But yes, that is the end of Dawn Trail's normal raid story. We'll get the Savage tier, which is arguably considered the actual raid tier. The story mode is considerably easy, right? Compared to the Savage tier, the higher level difficulty one. And you're gonna see a lot of Twitch channels and everything light up around January when everyone's doing it. I'm not entirely sure whether I'm gonna be doing it. I'm not sure that I have the time for it with work and all this time. Also feeling a bit unwell, unlike before where I spent like day and night on Final Fantasy XIV. But yes, let us see if we can, you know, I'm gonna do one last quest before I call it, and that is just unlock the Monster Hunter collab. I have it picked up, but I haven't quite done it just yet. So let's teleport over to Elani, which is going to be a bit of a whiplash from the cyberpunk feel. I just want to see the setup to it. I'll have to probably try to get this instance during the daily reset time when everyone's doing their roulettes. It's a Pelico. The Monster Hunter Wild Pelico. Even the music's from Wilds, I guess. If you make me say Nia in your voice lines. I assume you're the Pelico I'm looking for. Yes, I'm the feline who put on the bounty on the monster. Are you a hunter? All right. I realized that the Pelicos don't actually speak in cat tongue anymore in Wilds. They speak properly. From watching your stream, Mazin, I was like, who is this character? And I think you named your Pelico Satan, and I was like so confused as to why a very cute voice was named Satan and was speaking. It took me a while to realize it was the Pelico that was speaking. Because usually they just speak in meows and their own cat language of sorts. Don't you mean meowster? See, this is exactly what I was talking about before. Don't you mean meowster? Meowster? What? Oh, I see. You met one of my kin before, haven't you? I hadn't realized other felines had ventured to these paths. But putting that aside, I've been searching for a capable hunter to aid me in my quest. Can I count on your help? And that's what we're here for. Wonderful. You don't seem to have a grand hub for hunters in this land, so I was beginning to lose hope I'd find anyone. You don't have a grand hub for hunters, huh? Okay. I'd better begin by telling you how I arrived here. It relates to our mark, you understand. And if you haven't fought this already, Majin, or anyone else who's playing Wilds, you're gonna have to face off against the Guardian Arc World eventually. The free will does what free will does to me. Yes. Oh, you fought Arc World already. Okay. The mark in question. I think Arc World is like the signature monster for Wilds, right? Probably why he was brought over here. Bro was a bit, well, at least he's not as bad as the octopus, right? The creature normally resides in the Forbidden Lands. My comrades and I were in the midst of investigating its territory when... Okay, yeah. They even reference the fact that Omega is over there in Wilds. Yeah, I know a lot of people who hate that octopus, and I saw you suffering that day. Yeah, you did make sushi with it at the end, but still. A spider-like thing appeared as if out of nowhere. Before we could make heads or tails of what it was, a cocoon nearby burst open, and from it emerged a newborn Arcworld. The two then began to clash in a fierce battle for supremacy. As the battle came to a head, the mysterious invader created a ring glowing with light. Before we knew it, the Guardian had disappeared without a trace. And then all before me turned white. When I came to, I found myself in this land of Tyrol. Oh, so I'm guessing it's Omega that's actually transported both Aqual and our stray Pelico friend over here, along with the secret, by the looks of it. Oddly enough, the invader spoke just moments before the flash. I think it said program loop upgrade. I have no idea what that means, but I'm guessing it has to do with why I'm here. I was searching for a way home with my companion when I learned that a Guardian Arcworld was wreaking havoc nearby. I thought it best that I recruit a hunter to take it down before it could bring ruin to the wilds. To the wilds, huh? Okay. I see what you're doing, game. Now that you're up to speed, I'd say we better get started. I'm sure this goes without saying, but when tracking prey, it's important to know what signs to look for. Every creature leaves its own unique trail. Guardian Arcwell's most distinctive traits are its wide coat and scales, as well as the chain-like tendrils on its forelimbs, which it can extend and retract at will to mine its prey. If it doesn't, slice you to pieces first. Whatever ground the beast treads, it's certain to leave behind marks from dragging its tendrils. Oh, and yes, I think you mentioned this, that there'll be some game where you have to track the monster to find it, and I do believe that original Monster Hunter involved a lot of tracking at first, because you weren't because it was originally portable and you didn't have all these many monsters around, so you had just one big connected set of maps and you had to track that monster down by looking at whatever it leaves behind. I'm regrettably unfamiliar with the monsters in these parts, so I hope you don't mind taking the lead in our search, instead of auto-going like Google Maps. Oh, Falco's following us. I noticed there are quite a few people in this town carrying curious weapons. I took such folk for hunters at first, but it turns out they're members of a group that catches folks up to no good. The Dust Watch, I think they're called. The hunters of my land are no strangers to capturing their quarry either. You know, we use shock or pitfall traps to immobilize a beast and then unleash a barrage of tranq bombs to put them to sleep. Well, more like you guys put a bunch of barrels and wake them up from their sleep, but yes, I happen to be an expert at laying traps, so I'd be happy to put my talents to use should any fugitives come across our path. You know what? I'm not entirely sure where we're going. Oh. This way. And in case you were wondering, I can fly and use a mount to get here. I'm just hooping it because I feel like it's not too far. Monster tracks. A heap of withered weed. It bears an unmistakable resemblance to the plant matter found on tumbleclaws, native to the region. I gather these dried weeds were left behind by a monster that uses them to camouflage itself. They certainly bear no connection to Arcwell. In the Forbidden Land, there are creatures called Mimipta that also mimic flowers to hide from. Wait, is that a thing in Wilds? Is there like a flower monster? I remember this one time, some hunters disguised themselves when wearing the spitting image of Mimipta. I'm not pulling your tail when I tell you it was impossible to distinguish them from the real thing. In any case, I don't see signs of Arcwell here. Let's keep looking. Okay, this time we will fly over. As I understand, the sandstorms sometimes sweep across these plains. Is that right? The Forbidden Lands similarly have tumultuous climate. I wonder if it almost feels like they're doing a sort of advertisement for Wilds, right? Because we already kind of know that the environment in Wilds has a lot of sandstorms. In the fallow period, the land grows barren, so monsters fight over what limited food they can. And come the intense weather conditions of the inclemency period, apex predators begin to emerge, making it a very precarious time. Not the vocabulary I was expecting from a Palico, but after that comes the period of plenty, when flora and fauna flourish in abundance. No matter the season, there's always something new to discover and bringing fresh excitement with each expedition. Interesting. I haven't played Wild, so I do not know how the weather system over there works. But I feel like our feline friend over here is giving us a hint. A pungent, sticky substance adheres to these clumps of yellow hair. Judging by the local fauna, these are likely the remains of a sunbeard gorged upon by a grasslands worm. Not sure what left this behind, but Arcworld has white fur, not yellow. Come to think of it, all guardians have a white coat. Even the guardian variant of Rathalos, Crimson King of the Skies, is clad in white. At least that's what I heard. But that is neither here nor there. We should get back to our survey. Of course, they mentioned Rathalos. And yeah, I am just randomly summoning a flying mount. I do have a few favorites, but I just use the random button most of the time. I do like this one though. Especially whoever did the animation of the water bubble on top of this mount. I give you my kudos. The markings on the ground suggest something massive was dragged across, with armor-like scales strewn about the area. These scales, I'm certain they come from Guardian Arcworld. And we got the scent. To think it came so close to the settlement. Thankfully, it turned away, but there's nothing stopping it from coming back. We need to find its lair before anyone gets hurt. I can't quite imagine an Arcworld just running around here and not being spotted. With everything we found, I believe we have what we need to locate our prey. If we are to give proper chase, we should call on my comrade resting back in town. Could I trouble you to gather a few samples before we go? Comrade? Is there another Pelco, or do you mean like the secret? It is a secret. My feathered friend here is called a secret. Not only does it make for a reliable mount, but it can also carry all the essentials for a hunt thanks to its sturdy build. I remember this being a mount you can actually get from this instance. And that's not all. It can even memorize a monster's scent and track it down. Like the Monster Hunter side got chocobos and we got this as a mount. Try letting it smell what you gathered. Looks like it's picked up the scent. Now it can guide us to Arcworld. There's no time to waste. If you would mount the secret and scout out the location for Mark, I'll see to preparations for the hunt. Here, take this link pull contraption. Manage to barter for it after exchanging a few things with a traveling merchant. With this, we should be able to stay in contact, even when we're apart. So you're acting as my Alma as well. In addition to being the Palico. Now then, you need only trust in the secret to guide you. I'm sure you'll find Arcworld in no time. The secret grunts cheerfully. It seems eager for you to climb onto its back. Yeah, and this is a thing with, I think, well, they did this even before from Realm Reborn. But, hello, are you there? Oh, good, I can hear you. This link bell is a true gem. And they did this from Realm Reborn where you had chocobo purrs to get from town to town, but they don't usually do it in story quests. The Arcworld lay dormant within its cocoon for a long time. Oh, sorry, I missed that. I should be reading that fast. It may have turned back after approaching the settlement because something even stronger drew its attention. Yeah, and I'm not controlling this in case anyone's wondering. The stormy dome in the distance marks a land dominated by fierce lightning storms, right? I sure hope that's not where Arcworld was heading. we'll just run past a hunt mark. Okay. Eshiani Wilds. Weird. Okay, I guess this is something the Ark World got. What? You find the remains of a monster? Quick, examine the corpse to see if there are signs it was preyed upon. There are indeed signs of very lowly textured Ark World remains. The beast has breathed its last. You see no bites on its body, suggesting the creature might not have been attacked as an act of predation. I'd expect as much from a Guardian. You see, unlike your average monster, they have no need to eat their prey. I think Ark World may be fixated on the energies in this place and felling any other monsters. Of course. If it's a Wilds collaboration, you gotta have two monsters fighting each other. What? That sounds like a turf war. Clearly our Ark World's been on edge since it's arrived. I bet it's lashing out at anything it deems a threat. At this rate, it's going to throw the whole ecosystem out of balance. We have to stop it, but how? Oh, I got it. Try taking out a pod from the pouch in the secret. You'll know you found the right one if it makes your nose wrinkle. Okay, game. You got me a dung pod. It's called a dung pod, and as you've undoubtedly noticed, it possesses a frightfully fetid smell. Whether it's a single monster or even a horde, a well-positioned throw would send even the most rabid beast packing. It has no effect on Guardians, but the scent should be unbearable for whatever Ark was fighting. Throw it with everything you got. It's fighting a hunt rank monster. PTSD. Don't worry, Martin. I will share this PTSD with you when I actually enter the fight some other day. Oh, it even has the angry form. I like how my character is not at all affected by the smell. And we're just staring down the Ark World. Well, I have glowy weapons too. Oh, it's leaving. Probably the Christmas event, right? That reminds me, we have a Christmas event in Final Fantasy XIV as well. Nah, I'll do that another time. We'll end after I just unlock this instance. Hopefully, Manchin, tomorrow's update won't crash your mods again. Ark World fled as well. Perhaps it perceived you two as a threat and returned to its den to recover its threat. The Ark World perceived the Warrior of Light as a threat. Well, I'm sure you'd love to give chase. I'd like to regroup first. Stay put for just a moment. I'll be there in 2 shakes of a Rathalos tail. Okay, it's eager to resume the hunt. Had that turfer continued, it might have reached nearby settlements. Thank goodness the dung pod worked as well as it did. Ark World's lair appears to be further ahead. I expect it's recuperating from its battle and won't be emerging anytime soon. And we shall go and get it. While you were searching for the Guardian, I took it upon myself to put together a camping kit. Let's. Do I have to camp first and eat something before I go? Let's set up shop near Aqua's lair and prepare for the grueling hunt before us. Okay. I guess we're doing that. We get our own little hub too, and it has the music. I'm sure Monster Hunter fans are gonna loving this. Oh, it's another player. I thought for a moment that this was an NPC. Come, make yourselves at home. No need to worry about any pesky monsters. I've already checked the area and we're perfectly safe. First things first, we feast. One should never hunt on an empty stomach, as we hunters say. I managed to gather everything we need to have ourselves a barbecue, so let's get to grilling. Funny thing, I always find it kind of weird that monster hunters go into battle after eating. If I'm at work, and even if I have well, they're actually doing the animation, the cooking animation. The barbecue animation. Are we gonna cut it? We are gonna cut it. Even the little ta-da animation too. Hey, exactly, right? What is this? A crossover episode? BoJack Horseman. But yes, exactly. I very rarely have lunch at work. At best, I might get a coffee or a sandwich. That's about it. Because if I eat anything remotely heavy, I feel extremely sleepy, and part of it is because I'm up very late, like right now, playing video games. But yes. Delicious. Now with your appetite sated and spirits soaring, I bet you could take on even the mightiest of monsters. Here, take these oh, they're giving us mega potions as well. So I haven't played this one, but there was a previous crossover with Monster Hunter where you fought a Rathalos. And in that fight, at some point it disabled your normal healing, right? So you had to use mega potions to actually heal yourself if you got damaged. I really liked that earlier encounter, the previous crossover, so I hope this one's good as well. They're a special blend of the potions distributed by the Hunters Guild, mixed with fresh honey harvested by yours truly. Yeah, because honey is one of the ingredients you need to make a mega potion. Thankfully, we were in a period of plenty just before I was transported here. With that, I think you're all set. Allow me to formally make my request. Please hunt Guardian Arcworld and protect the life on these plains. I formally accept. And you get the sound as well. But yes, the Windward Wilds is now accessible. But yeah, okay, this player is just waiting for me. I'll give him a little bow. Unfortunately, Ronan White Skull, I will have to call it for the day. I'm probably gonna attempt. Oh, I can do this again. Grill more meat. I can do it again. Yeah, but unfortunately, I'm gonna have to call it today. It's almost midnight, and I was like, it was gonna stop at 11 p.m. But here we go. And yeah. Good night, everyone who's watching, and take care. After this animation ends, I will call it. Here's Mikh'a, signing off. Take care, everyone.